Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So the LG Q6 is a phone that I knew would probably be really good, but I didn't know how good it would be. And so I decided to buy it. I'd always wanted this phone, and I was curious about if I would like it or not. So the best thing to do when you see something you like is to just buy it. And that's all I did. I decided to just go ahead and buy it. The Q6 is a pocket-friendly version of the G6, pretty much is how I would like to describe this phone. You get a 5.5-inch 1080p display. That's 1080 by 2160. This is good. This is a good look. You get a 13 megapixel on the rear that shoots in 1080p. It also does 18 by 9 at 720p. 4 gigs of RAM, but this is the 3 gig of RAM version. There's also a 64 gig version. This is the 32 gig version. And it does have a Snapdragon 435 with a 3000 milliamp hour battery inside. And long story short, it has fast charging, but it does have 2.0, but it does have a headphone jack. And so, it's got a 5 megapixel in the front, but again, it employs that 18 by 9 ratio. And this is a good look. Going forward, I didn't think I would be a fan of the 18 by 9 ratio. I can remember talking in the chat about how I wasn't going to like it and it's not the future. But it is. It is, and I've accepted it. And I'm going to roll with it. So with that being said, I get less screen real estate, but I get a really nice phone. I get a nice look. I get a more pocketable phone, and this is a good thing. So the LG Q6 has been good to me. I think I've had this for 2 weeks now. I'm not sure how long I've had it. End result is I'm happy with it. I just don't have any complaints at this point. There's mild things that I think I might not like, but it's nothing that will make me say I'm turning away from this phone. And when I say mild things, I mean like it's a little slippery, but it has a nice fake looking metal look on it. I thought this was actually glass, but somebody said, "Oh, Jay, no, that's plastic." I said, "Okay, well, it feels premium." The sides are definitely probably metal. It has a premium feel. I mean, if you think about the G6, you're looking at a mini G6, if you will, a smaller version of the G6 with a few less features. Now, internally, obviously, this isn't as powerful. So I've been using it with the stock skin. I didn't change anything on it at all. I left it as is because this is the way I wanted to do it, and I wanted to use it like this in the review phase. Now, whether I'll change it to an app drawer or put on Nova Launcher, I don't know at this point. But what I will tell you is that I'm super impressed with it. Battery life is good. Check that off. I got the brightness turned down kind of low for the video, but the screen on here is beautiful for a 1080p display. No complaints about it. Speaker quality on here, it's okay. It's on the back, so it's not the loudest speaker, and it's easy to cover. But for a phone of this price, I guess that's a trade-off. So it has a kind of a slippery feel. It has a backfiring speaker, but it's not horrible, You can put a case on here or some kind of scanner if you can find one, and that solves that problem. And then the speaker, there's probably applications, there are applications where you can boost the sound quality of your speaker. But they're obviously not going to be as good as just having a bottom firing speaker or, a front facing speaker setup. So other than that, folks, I mean, the cameras are good. The feel in hand is good. This was a really easy phone to review because I like LG phones and I really love the G6. So this was an easy one to review. It wasn't difficult to review at all. So I'm happy about that. Battery life is good. Screen is beautiful. Performance is, it was a little sluggish at times because it does have a Snapdragon 435. But the fact is, I expected worse and I got really good performance. So this is good. It's a good look. I like the way the phone looks. I like the way it feels in hand. Video recording actually turned out really, really good on here with these cameras. The front camera on here is better than the V30's front camera. And that's kind of crazy, but in my experience, it's true. As a matter of fact, the front camera on here is better than my iPhone 10 front camera. It's just the colors produced from here can handle the white balance that it seems like the iPhone 10 can't. For some reason, the iPhone 10 has problems with white balance when using the front camera. Rear camera, flawless to me. But on this phone right here, the front camera is really good. And I didn't use it a lot, but I tested it, took a bunch of photos, videos, and it works great. So overall, man, I definitely can recommend this. This is the Amazon version, and some people said that the Amazon version with the ads is annoying. I don't even notice, man. This thing does have facial recognition, and I talked about it in my other impressions video, but the facial recognition is hit or miss. It's about a 50-50 chance, or I'll give it a higher rating of about 65-35 that you'll be able to get in with the facial recognition. At least that's what my experiences have been. So quick and to the point, man. This is a good phone. I will recommend it. There's no reason for me not to recommend this. If you like the G6 and you can't afford the G6, or you just don't want to spend that money on the G6, definitely get this. It has better cameras on the front than the G6. And the front camera also is a wide angle camera. So that's a huge plus. I mean, the cameras on this thing are really good. So it gets a thumbs up in a lot of areas. I mean, I don't like the 2.0 charging, but at least it's fast charging. And then also it has a slippery back and a back-mounted speaker. But other than that, folks, this is a really good phone. You know, and maybe you can get the facial recognition to respond better to your face. But I didn't bother resetting it up again. I just use it, and if I got in, I got in. If I didn't, I didn't. But that's how I feel about the Q6, and this is a keeper. I like it. So I wish I had bought a couple of them, though. It's your man, Jay Will. The LG Q6, it's a win. I knew it would be a win, and I'm happy that I got it, man. So buy this if you're looking for an affordable phone. New specs. Looks good.